Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the Eachine Aurora 100, and as you know, about a month ago I reviewed the Eachine Aurora 90 and give you guys a quick look at it again. And obviously this has the prop protectors and totally different frame design with the camera pod and the more centrally located and up top high. However, all of the components from the Aurora 90 are in the Aurora 100. They've basically just changed the form factor of the quad itself, moved the camera to the front, made it a low profile instead of the camera being on top, and there are no prop guards this time. So it's going to be quite a bit lighter, and I'll actually do a weight comparison here in a second. But all of the components, the motors, the ESC, flight controller, the receiver, including the all-in-one FPV system, is exactly the same props. We're just using a different frame here. This is more of an H style frame versus that X style frame for the 90. And it would have been kind of nice if they could have switched this up and maybe gone to a slightly bigger prop to say a 2.5-inch prop, because these motors can definitely handle that. But because of the way the arms are laid out, you can't get any more prop here on the side here or in the front. If they just stretched it out maybe 5 millimeters, made it instead of a 100, made it a 110, you could get a 2.5-inch prop here, and that would have been a pretty nice multi-GP build. So maybe they could come up with a different frame for that size in the future. I don't know. But just wanted to point out that, yeah, it's all the exact same electronics as on the Aurora 90. So, in fact, they even give you the same props, the same battery. This comes with some tools, some rubber bands for securing your battery. And the manual is also pretty much the same. Obviously, some of the pictures are going to be different. But for the most part, the instructions are going to be the same. And I'd say that if you follow these instructions, the setup is going to be pretty straightforward. Obviously, you want to follow the instructions for your particular radio because it comes in different versions. There's the Free Sky version, Fly Sky, and Spectrum, DSM2. I'm going to be actually using some different modes for my auxiliary switches, because I'm going to be setting it up not on the Fly Sky radio, but on the Trinergy Evolution. So my setup's going to be a little bit different. But if you follow these instructions, you'll have no issues with the setup. So let's take a closer look at the quad itself. You got the camera mount here in the front. The same camera obviously as in the Aurora 90, same mounting system, and they even use the same method of mounting with some double-sided foam tape on the back of these red aluminum standoffs here. Give you a little bit of an angle. I think the angle is adjustable using those screws right there on the side. If you want to get a little bit more camera tilt, you can do that. You got the exact same stack here. You got the receiver, flight controller, and 10 amp ESC, 4-in-1 ESCs. These parts are all available separately, and I've actually shown those in previous haul videos. I actually haven't used these in any of these new builds yet, because I'm still waiting for some more frames to put these electronic components into different frames, so you get an idea of how this performs, and maybe a frame that supports 2.5-inch props in a future video. Get some LEDs in the back here. Probably might break off if it crash, because they're just kind of sticking out in the back. Not that critical, I'm not that concerned about that. You get your receiver antenna hanging out the back. As I mentioned before, these are the 1104 7500 kV Eachine motors, pretty good motors. And I believe these are the RacerStar 2035 4-bladed 2-inch propellers, T-style props with screw mounting. And just have to figure out a way to get these rubber bands in here to secure the battery on the bottom. I suppose you could secure the battery up top as well if you wanted to. Not sure if this one will fit. This is a pretty big battery. Perhaps a smaller one might fit here. One of my Nanotech 300s could fit on top, but I think I'll stick with the bottom mounting for now. I think that'll be just fine. Okay, let's see what this weighs. and it comes in at about 62 grams without the lipo. And I think the Aurora 90 was quite a bit heavier. Yeah, the Aurora 90 was coming in at about 12, almost 13 grams heavier than the Aurora 100. And that has to do with all this protection here for the antenna and the propellers. Okay, so the battery comes in the same as before, about 31 grams. So you throw all this together with the quad and you're looking at about 93 grams. So yeah, this is, for 2-inch propellers, this is going to be a little bit on the heavy side. If you remember my Chaser 88 mod, I got that down to about 55 grams without the battery. I think that if I use the lighter battery, we'll probably get some better performance here. And that's coming in at 80 grams. So I'll probably do a flight with the bigger battery, the original one here, and the smaller battery. Obviously, the flight time is going to be reduced on the smaller battery, but I think you're going to get a better flight performance out of the smaller battery. So I'll go ahead and I'll run some flight footage here for you. I'll put a CLI dump link in the description for this once I get it tuned. So it's not going to be in there when the video comes out, probably in about a week or two after the video comes out, if you want to check back and get an idea of what this is like tuned and flying well. And I'll have that set up there in that link in the description. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. So these are the PIDs I'm using for this first flight. I did not do any flashing to the flight controller at all. It's stock firmware. I believe it's Bearflight 3.1, and I'm only making the PID changes through the OSD that it comes with. So my initial impressions here is that this is a lot faster than the Aurora 90, and that has a lot to do with the weight loss. I'm seeing a fair amount of jello from the camera, and I think that's because of the way the camera's been mounted with the double-sided foam tape. I think I need to find a more secure way of mounting the camera so it's not vibrating, but it doesn't seem too bad. It's about as bad as it was on the Aurora 90 because it was obviously using the same mounting method. But other than that, I think these PIDs feel pretty good. I think maybe some minor adjustments might be needed, but it flies, in my opinion, fairly well. And I think that with a lighter battery, it might even fly even faster. So we'll see. I guess in some future videos, I'll try some lighter batteries and get some more flights in for you guys.